Pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Ask at this time, as usual, if you'd silence all electronic equipment, as this is a business meeting. Let's call to order the Village of Massena Board of Trustees meeting agenda for April 1st, 2014. Ms. Wilson. Mr. Offel. Mr. Carvel. Here. Mr. Deshays. Here. I'm here too. Closing under 1, open under 2, approval of the meeting minutes for March 18th, 2014 regular meeting.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Closing under 2, open under 3. Fun stuff. Coming now to the budget hearing on the mayor's tentative budget for 2014. And have a brief statement to make here. This is the mayor's 4th budget, and it comes at a very difficult year. You all know that. As in all localities, rising pension costs are driving our budget. I asked department heads to submit their budget plans back in February 3rd. After receiving budgets and copying the board members with the same, I began meeting with department heads and heads of agencies to discuss their requests. I met with treasurer and deputy treasurer to discuss the village's revenue stream and year-end projects, or projections rather. My goal was to put forth a budget that maintained the services that our village residents have come to expect, with the smallest possible impact on the tax rate. 0 would have been good, but not realistic. The general fund budget I'm putting forth represents a $506,092 increase in the tax levy, or about 9.7% over the current levy of $5,193,672. Non-tax revenues are projected to decrease by the amount of $52,354, or 1.7%. Expenditures are projected at $9,127,404, an increase of $220,508, or 2.5%. Of that increase, $108,170 and $90,562 are directly attributed to health care costs, or health insurance costs and workman's compensation insurance, respectively. We're also planning to use a combined $250,000 of available fund balance to balance the budget. Tax rates are projected to increase on the average of 8.2% on properties in the town of Massena in Norfolk, and 5.9% in the towns of Louisville. So there you have it. It's not pretty. When the budgets were returned to me from the departments, there wasn't a heck of a lot of fluff in them at all. It was pretty much bare bones. Again, 4% of the 9.7 is attributed to the health care and workman's comp. It's all part of it. So, if there's any question at all, I'd like to close under A, open under B, public hearing. Everybody has 5 minutes to speak. Oh, excuse me.
I'll make a
sorry.
motion that we enter into a public hearing.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carried. You have 5 minutes on the floor. You pose your comments to the chair. Any question that we can't answer, I can't answer, I would ask that you put your request down in writing, or come and see me in my office, and we can help you out there. So with that, any hands? Anyone wishing to speak? Mr. Boots.
You're right, Mr. Mayor. 9.7% is not a figure that the people of Massena certainly are going to swallow, okay? Now, I know you're going to, if I'm correct, you're going to start having your budget hearing meetings with the sessions with the people coming in, et cetera?
Correct.
Okay, then some of the questions might be answered then. But the 9.7%, you can't possibly ask the people of Massena to pay another increase like this. I believe, and I stand corrected, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, each year you presented your budget, there's been an increase, a substantial increase, at least 4%. Am I correct or incorrect? Or we wish you to answer that now.
Looking back, probably it's a correct statement.
Okay, so if we said 4%, that would be, in the first 3 years, that'd be 12%, and now this one, so we're almost 22% increase while you're in your office of 4 years. Something's gotta be done, okay? You cannot, I cannot accept this.
What do you suggest we do? Cut out all the services?
No, you're not gonna cut out the
We-
services,
let me
Mr.
say
Mayor,
this
you're
to you.
not gonna do that.
Let me say this to you, okay? And I'm gonna take about 13 seconds of your time. We've got an aging infrastructure that's out of control, okay? Costs have risen tremendously. Again, looking at the healthcare costs and the workman's comp, you take that out of the equation, it's still palatable. But unfortunately, Mr. Mayor, former mayor, it's there, it's a reality, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it, okay?
Okay, all right.
So, let's put it in perspective, right?
I am trying to put it into
Okay,
perspective,
good,
but.
thank you.
And I'll say once more, at one meeting here several years ago, I said, maybe we should start cutting from the top. And they, I was very surprised, they took my advice, they started cutting from the top. But again, I see you're increasing your salary by another $2,000. Where are you gonna stop? Where are you gonna stop?
I didn't increase my salary here.
Well, it says
What are
the
you
mayor,
talking-
$17,000 per annum. Am I wrong?
No, that's what I don't know what you're saying. We didn't raise this budget. What are you talking
It
about?
said the said tentative budget includes the maximum compensation of the mayor, for the mayor, of $17,000. You're receiving $15,000, aren't you?
No, that was last year.
Jimmy, for the last fiscal year, your salary was $15,000.
Right?
Okay. This budget, if I'm reading correctly, and I don't see how I can read it any differently, it says you're gonna receive $17,000.
Okay, yep, apologize, okay. 2013, 2014. 2013, 2014, it was at 17.
If you look
Right.
back at the
If
history,
you look right here, 2013, 2014, the board, Mr. Boots, agreed to the raises to the board.
well, I hope the board's got a little more
Okay.
common sense this year
Well,
than to continue raising the salaries of the people who are in office. If you look back in the history of the people who have sat at that table that you people are sitting at now, there isn't anywhere near this amount of money that was given to any mayor. None. Not at all. Okay? And I objected last year. I strongly object this year. Thank you.
yeah, that doesn't surprise me, but. Okay, anyone else? Sir?
Just for the
Yep.
record, there is no increase this year.
Right. There is no increase this year.
There's no
of course.
increase. It was 17,000 last year, it's 17,000 this year. The approved last year was 17, it was not 15, it was 17.
Well,
But there is no, to answer the question, Charlie, there's no increase.
Sir.
I was under the impression it was 15 last year.
Okay, well, no.
Okay.
Okay. Sir?
I'd like to first thank Mr. Boots for his comments, and hopefully my comments will not draw as much.
Name, please, and
Matt
address.
LeBeer, and
Address?
Douglas Road, property owner and landlord, and would like to thank Mr. Boots for his comments, and hopefully mine will not be met with the same tone. Hopefully they'll be a little more respectful.
Certainly.
I agree, the tax increase is just not, I understand you're saying the decisions are tough and there's not a lot of choice, but taxpayers can't take it. So get in there, find something. I don't wanna see cuts made, but when you run a household budget, you look and you have so much money for so many expenses. When you run out of money, you make tough choices. Make the tough choices. That's all I'm asking. That's it.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? Seeing no hands, make a motion to close public. Sir,
Andrew Zarko, Village of Massena.
do you have an
See.
address, sir?
Pardon?
An address, please?
Belmont, 17. What has been cut from this budget compared to last year's budget? What reductions have been made?
There have been
Significant?
several. If you'd like to come into my office,
No,
I can.
what would you think are the most significant budget cuts that you could share with?
I can't put one point finger
What
on
are
it.
you most
If-
proudest
if-
of?
if,
What was the
uh,
most difficult?
Well, I'll tell you, if you'd like to come in and sit down, with me, I can share that with you, when I have a
Can
better
you share
grasp.
with the public what you're most proud of that you cut, that was the hardest?
Several things. I just, you know, I
Name, would you name one, please?
I don't know what you wanna, they're all important to me, so, you know,
They're important to me too, and
Right.
everyone else, and that's why I ask.
sure, yeah.
Okay. You,
If you
you,
visit my office, I can share some of the
okay,
things with
Mr.
you.
Mayor, I'll move on.
Yep.
You say 4% of the increase is due to workman's comp and retirement. That's less than half of the increase. What is the 5% increase due to?
Added equipment for different departments, capital projects, things of that nature.
Can you be a little more specific?
No, not right at this time. Again, if you visit my office, I can share that with you.
Are you the budget officer?
Am I?
Yes.
No.
Who is the
Well,
budget
it would be
officer?
the treasurer. Well, I am probably the,
Did you prepare the budget?
my treasurer did, yeah. Our village treasurer did, yeah.
According to your instruction?
We all sat down together, yeah, certainly.
What was the most important instruction that you gave?
Well, sir, I'm not gonna go back and forth debate, just if you would make your
I'm
comment.
trying to understand the
Yeah.
budget.
And I'll tell you what, if, just make your comment, and I'll be more than happy to entertain you. You can visit my office, I can share whatever you want with you,
Yes, sir.
okay?
Did you issue any across-the-board cut
So,
instructions?
again, I'm not gonna entertain a question here. I'll meet with you, you make your comments, it's a comment period,
Okay,
okay?
all right. I'm standing here and I'm wondering about the 9% increase. And I'm wondering about what sort of instructions you gave to your department heads that resulted in this. When I came on the village board in 2004, I didn't even know there was a salary for village trustees. I was surprised the first time I got my check. I think I said to Patty, "Whoa, you're not being paid for this?" And I took part in on the vote to raise the mayor's salary and the village trustees before I left in 2008. When I returned, I was absolutely shocked to realize that you once again raised your salaries. The mayor of San Antonio, which is the 7th largest city in the country, receives $5,000 a year compensation. The city council of San Antonio receives nothing. It's called public service. And I would hope that when you work on the budget, you try to follow what we citizens are doing. When we don't have an increase, we tighten our belts and we start cutting. And you use the phrase, services village residents have come to expect. I think if you talk to village residents, they're going to start answering that we come to expect decreases if it means that our tax rate will be decreased. And a 9% increase is just appalling. I nearly fainted when I heard this. Thank you.
Okay, any other hands up there? Nope, sir, you had your one shot?
Thought you get 5 minutes.
No, it's all right.
Way to encourage discussion.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, anyone else I've seen no hands.
Just, Matt, for the record, there will be, at the end of.
Yeah, there are work
At the
sessions.
end of the meeting,
Yeah.
no, at the end of the meeting, there's more discussion, if you're interested.
I don't think I could take any more of his arrogant responses. I'll pass.
Here, here.
Okay, make a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.